Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining our 2025 Supplier Summit webinar. For those who don't know me, my name is Séréna Salamé, and I'm the Chief Purchasing Officer of Marelli since October 2024. Previously, I was already in automotive at PSA that becomes Stellantis, mainly in purchasing position, but also corporate strategy and planning. And then I joined Legrand as CPO before coming to Marelli. Today, in the next hour, we'll share with you our outlooks and requirements for 2025 and the midterm. 2025 brings unique opportunities and challenges. The automotive industry, as you know, is currently facing important declining volumes and navigating in challenging economic environment. This is impacting supply chain across all the industry. We see challenging economic environments, a lot of uncertainty too, in terms of politics, geopolitics, tariffs, and so on, that will impact all our supply chain. But we see great opportunities in terms of technological trends, in terms of innovation, also sustainability. And our strong collaboration in all these areas will help us to overcome the challenges and will bring a lot of opportunities to work together on. So before we go through our ceremony awards, let's have a look at the agenda. After the video of the awards, our CEO, David Slump, will share his vision and perspective for 2025. Then Joachim Fetzer, our Chief Technology and Innovation Officer, will share Marelli's roadmap in terms of innovation. And Denise will tell us more about ESG sustainability, where we stand, and what we expect from our suppliers. And then lastly, I will come back to you to talk about 2025 requirements and next step. So now let's look at the video of our award ceremony. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here with you today to celebrate your achievement.
I'm particularly pleased to give this award to the supplier because I think it combines co-innovation, sustainability and competitiveness. And I think it actually shows that sustainability can be innovative and can be cost competitiveness.
very challenging environment, but we have many opportunities to grow together. And I'm confident that in Marelli we are paving the way, we are setting the right product, the right speed, the right diversification of customers and so on to be successful. But to move forward and to move forward together, we need you to lay the foundation for the next steps, for our future. On behalf of Marelli, we thank all our suppliers for their strong contribution in 2024 and look forward to increasing our collaboration in 2025. And also thank you for your strong support in this challenging environment. We especially congratulate and thank our 12 supplier award winners for their exceptional, outstanding performance. And now I hand over to David Slump, our CEO, for market outlook.
Thank you, Séréna. And thank you, everybody. I'm so happy that we can do this supplier conference again this year. And look, first thing out of the gate, I'd like to acknowledge and thank everybody for the collaboration in 2024, already in 2025. The automotive market's always challenging, but unfortunately, I think we're in a wave of extra challenges. And I'll talk more about that, but most importantly, I just want to thank you for your collaboration and continued support. Also, I want to congratulate the winners of our supplier awards. Really exciting to see the evidence of what co-creation can do, co-innovation and collaboration can do when we work together and solve the problems that the industry is facing. So congratulations to everybody who won, and thank you for everybody who's gonna lean into this opportunity to do things better together in the future. So I mentioned the automotive market being difficult. I just want to open up and start with message number one I'm sure you want to hear about. Marelli is profitable, okay? I think that's an important message here. Now, we do have some issues that I'll address. Number one, we saw a 10% revenue decline last year. And most of you that serve the automotive industry, I'm sure, faced the same thing. That's a pretty significant number in of its own point. I think what's important though is it all started rapidly and unexpectedly in May. And then maybe for us, our customer mix was a little over-dependent on certain customers or certain vehicle programs that were underperforming in the market. So our revenue hit was worse than others. Now the timing of that was significant because unfortunately we factor our revenue. So that drop in revenue was an immediate drop in cash. And to get the profit up, we had just finished 5 major plant restructurings in Europe. I don't have to tell you how expensive that is. And all the severance commitments to those worker councils were coming out in May, June timeframe. So while we're profitable, we stressed our working capital, okay? And we stressed you, and we're coming out of that now together, okay? And we will come out because we did fix our cost structure and we are more resilient for the future that we're about to face. So apologies and thank you at the same time. Now with that, I shared these points last year. I'm gonna hit them again. Cost, quality, and delivery, those requirements between us, they're not changing, okay? Those are the basics. I'd say on cost though, what's changing, and I'll hit more of this as we talk about innovation, is we need to focus more around affordability and our innovation on the next gen platforms. Okay, this is really important work together. And of course, going forward, sustainability, thank you. We've come a long way. You know, when I joined Marelli, we were the worst in all of KKR portfolio companies, and now we're in the top 5, top 3% of all companies with the gold star. And we can't do that without your contributions because scope 3 is so critically important for us. Innovation and resiliency is where I'd like to spend some time today because I'm sure Séréna's talked about the things on the left-hand side of the page, and I'd like to hit the following two. As I mentioned, automotive industry has always been chaotic, and resiliency has been an important topic. You know, I go back to the NACA fab and the microcontroller shortages, MLCCs and the Murata challenges. the semiconductor crisis, and now we're walking into a world of on-again, off-again tariffs and uncertainty. So if you put tariffs aside for a minute on the resiliency, I think last year the rapid erosion was fundamentally three things going on. One of which was the transition from ICE to EV, okay, and the European requirements. Now for Marelli, that transition doesn't bother me too much. I think 80% of our backlog is powertrain agnostic, okay? Every car needs a light, every car needs a display, every car needs a suspension. Where we believed in a long tail market, we didn't believe this would move as fast. We shifted a lot of our ICE powertrain to long tail markets. We localized a lot in India and Brazil, and we want to do more localization in India. So for that topic, I think we're resilient. But that said, if we win a program like on a EQS series or on a Tesla and they have problems and that was the light, it is going to cause some issues for us, okay? But overall, that's a transition issue for the industry, but I feel we're resilient there. Our two biggest customers last year, I already mentioned, were causing us more headwind. We went into this year with a very conservative budget with them and with more upside as they restructure their business. I still believe in that upside. However, the tariffs are creating uncertainty in that. So that's super important now that our SIOP processes together are very detailed and resilient. So long story short, resiliency is super important. We've invested in tools, processes, and technology. I hope you're feeling those improvements, and let's just keep getting better together. Last area I'd like to hit is innovation. Gets back to affordability. All of this transition, all of this uncertainty, all of this inflation is leading back to one key word, affordability. How much can the average consumer afford in a car, which is leading to a lower content per vehicle, leaner features. Now, some of this is also just decontenting. I mean, do we need 1,000 features in the software if we're only using 10 or 12 of them? So I think design-led user experience is a transformation this industry is going through. We want to be at the forefront of that. We have a whole platform across our company around lean. And these are just some examples. I'd like to acknowledge the contributions you've all made to us, but I'd like to challenge your application engineering teams and the suppliers. Give us more ideas on lean, okay? Of course, we're going to challenge you on piece price cost, but I'd rather come up with new platforms that drive affordability and get the content into the car to drive, because cars have to sell for us all to win. So these are the topics going forward. If you haven't been contributing, I'd like to invite you to the co-creation workshops that Séréna and Joachim are going to lead going forward. And with that, I'm going to hand the floor over to Joachim. Again, thank you for all your contributions.
Welcome to our Supplier Summit 2025. My name is Joachim Fetzer. I'm the Chief Technology and Innovation Officer of Marelli. And I would like to discuss with you and show to you what we can do together to innovate, to bring interesting, attractive products to our customers. Before I go to that, let me talk a few words about the automotive transformation, about some say disruption automotive industry is currently experiencing. And what are the driving forces of this automotive transformation? The first one is technology shift, the shift to electrification, the shift to software-defined vehicles, robotaxis, to name a few examples. Affordability of vehicles. Vehicles are getting more expensive relative to the income of people, so we have to work more months to buy a new vehicle than it was previously. User experience and sustainability are the core. The rise of China, the rise of India, and the shift to Asia are altering our industry. And we need new skills. We have to shift, and we are shifting from a mechanical engineering company or from a mechanical engineering-driven industry towards a software, electronic, and AI-based industry. These multiple forces, they are driving the disruption industry, but also they are opening windows of opportunities which we can use to innovate and provide interesting and attractive products to our customers and their end customers. We have to focus on co-creation, on co-innovation, on minimum viable products which we develop within 3, maximum 4 months, show it to our customers to get a fast feedback. And this is innovation at speed, because in the end, the innovation at speed we do together is the key to success. So co-innovation starts from our end to work with you, our suppliers, on co-innovation events. We do that on a regular basis, at least once a year. We invite our core suppliers to discuss their technology roadmap, their innovation roadmap, and compare it and align it with our product and technology roadmap. To have the right know-how and the right ideas at the right time available. This leads to the minimum viable products. As said, within 3 to 4 months, we develop it, bring it to lead customers, and get feedback. If they like it, we continue. If they don't like it, because perception or the idea how what we thought about is not their view, how user experience should look like, we stop. And so we are very fast and agile. And let me show you a few examples of such MVPs, which we developed last year. One is a sustainable instrument panel. We developed this instrument panel, you can see on the screen, within 4 months. It's all made of materials which are either 100% recycled or sustainable. The material itself is chosen in a way that we could reduce 80% of the CO2 footprint to a comparable conventional instrument panel. And as I said, we can combine cost down, or at least cost neutrality, together with sustainability. We could keep the cost at the same level like a conventional instrument panel, and it's ready for industrialization. So within 4 months, this was possible to make, and we got a very positive feedback about such a system in the market. Let me show you another MVP example, or 2 examples for electronics. MVPs which improve the efficiency, which simplify the product. On the left side, you see our new panoramic head-up display, which is going to series production this year. We have optimized material selection by applying a smart design. We were capable to use simpler PCBs, less PCB material, reducing cost and therefore also CO2 footprint, so improve the environmental impact. And we have optimized our processes to be faster and quicker to market. On the right side, you see an example, a lighting ECU used to drive headlamps. On the left side of the right picture, you see the old solution. And if you look at the bottom, you see the heatsink. The heatsink is a conventional heatsink made out of die-casted aluminum, which is, you see it immediately, fairly complicated. And therefore the overall system, that's one of the reasons, is more expensive than our new solution. Because for the new solution, we thought from the ground. We reduced, by increasing the efficiency of our electronic circuit design, the thermal losses. And by reducing thermal losses, we were able to get rid of our heatsink made of aluminum, of die-casted aluminum, and switching to stamped steel. Less material in this case, a way simpler process, therefore less cost. Overall, also less mounting space, because we were able to reduce the size of the PCB, therefore the size of the housing, also the height of the housing. Overall, a significant reduction in material, in CO2 footprint, in cost, and by the same time also increasing the functionality. This is how we consider innovation, how we want to drive innovation, and how to bring things forward quickly. And again, also this ECU has been developed in 90 days from first idea to the MVP, which we could show to the customer. And the feedback for this ECU was very good. And we want to work with you by co-innovation or co-creation, focusing on design-led innovation, so that we really focus all our innovations we are doing in customer, his or her user experience, their benefit. And to make that quick, easily to access, and to get the look and feel, we do minimal viable products, or MVPs. And this leads to the necessary innovation at speed and makes us able to compete with any other global tier one, regardless where they are coming from. So we, with that approach, are able to develop also, as sometimes said, at Chinese speed. This brings me to the end. To summarize, our approach is co-innovation combined with design-led innovation and minimum viable products. And this leads to innovation at speed. This allows us to innovate at speed together with you. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hand over to Denise Lana.
Thank you, Joachim. Thank you everyone for being with me today. It's a great pleasure for me to be looking at you for this time and say thank you. Thank you for responding to our request over the whole year last year. It's great to say that looking at it today. So the goal here today is to share with you a little bit of more context and color on why are we asking you the things we've been asked and why you were responding to us. So let's see how it goes. Let's take this as an invitation for you to rethink, to redesign, and reinvent the way we do business. That expectation. So I will start sharing with you 3 facts that translate sustainability, this beautiful word, in something more tangible and more concrete to you. First fact, we said that the resources we have and resources we need, guess what? They are finite. We must really rethink the way we use those resources, those materials you gave to us. Second, we operate in an industry that accounts for 17% of the world's emissions. So it's an important industry for any decarbonization plan in any country. We have a role to play there. Third, tells you that the car makers and us together, we have a responsibility of a workforce as big as a country, as big as the entire population of a countries like Canada or Korea or Spain. Yes, we have a duty there. Whereas we must rethink the way we use the resources more properly and efficiently, we have a duty with our people, and we invited you to rethink this with us. So, if people are so important, why there's so much effort on the emissions in all of this conversation? The answers start when we look at the average emissions of the car makers compared to the other industries, as you can see in the first chart. 90-80%? Yes, 90-80%. That's the much of emissions of a car maker that is out of their control, either on us, and of course on you, or in the contribution that the parts we make together during the lifespan of the car is huge. Our customers now are in the place that they can prefer suppliers with very ambitious climate commitments. Our customers now can prefer suppliers with very ambitious climate commitments. Indeed, they need it. It's huge for them. And it's not different for us. When we look at Marelli and we look to you in the importance of you for us, we see that our partners, we have to partner with you to address nothing less than 80% of our entire upstream emissions. That means your role in this journey is crucial, and there's no way for us to work without your help. So we are inviting you to redesign your ideas, to redefine the materials you give to us, and help us to find alternatives to reduce our impact. As Joachim was saying, we are not in the top-down position to give you the specs and give it back to us. We are here to invite you to rethink and helping us to redesign better solutions. So our strategy is, of course, partnering with you, and then at the end of the journey, there is a landing point or the finish line. And the finish line to us is 2045, when we committed to be net zero in operations and with our suppliers. And we are committed to shift to 100% renewable electricity already in 2030. We also have to increase the use of recycled materials to help us to meet these goals. And you are playing a role on that. Thank you again. But also, to respond to the fact I shared earlier about the scarcity of the resources, we have a strategy which is anchored in 3 pillars. First one, innovation. We understand to make all of this happen, we have to do things differently, that's for sure. And we want to co-innovate with you. Second, when it comes to our responsibility to our workforce, we must ensure we do the right thing. We and you together. So human rights, labor conditions, ethics and compliance, health and safety, these are non-negotiables for us, not for our customers, not for us. And that's what we expect from you. And third, As we operate in different countries with different customers, with different demanding and understanding of the topic, we rely on what we quote ESG standards and frameworks. Let's think this as like the English of the sustainability, in which we always speak the same language with the same metric and the same information that come from you and we share with us and we share further with our customers in a consolidated way. We know the road is long and we have to get there by 2045. So what we have done, we broke down our commitments into smaller pieces that we give to you in our annual target letter. On the top of that, as you can see, we must make sure that we are delivering what we should do, right? So environment, safety of our workers, fair labor conditions, they have to be secured and we have to know that. And this will also help you to serve not only Marelli, but to comply with regulations. So you see here a lot of letters together. These are all names of regulations in Europe. Either if you're operating in Europe or if you were selling to Europe, you have to comply with them. So what we are doing here is to help you to be ready for that. We hear your feedback and we are working to streamline this process to you. We hear you saying, yeah, but you are asking me questions and the other customers are asking me the same other questions in another way. This year we are using the NQC platform. So you're not only responding to Marelli, but you are responding to all of the other customers using the same platform. Means that you give us an answer today that serves us, but also your other customers is streamlined in your process. The same way, certifications as ISO 14001 and 45001, I clearly sign us to your other customers that you are doing what you expect to do, that you are doing what is right. So that is streamline your process. We understand that you need this, you need time, because on the bottom of our request, you have here how we translate our net zero commitments in the journey with our suppliers. Last year, we have more than 40 innovation co-workshops with you. And again, thank you for those who came. We saw some opportunities to reach our decarbonization targets at the best cost, always. Next, we'll be working with some of you to request you for more precise product carbon footprint. So don't take this as a burden, but take this as in a way that you can see your product, you can recognize the hotspots, and together we can be more efficient and deliver what you need to do, what we need, our customers, the whole world, and helping you to be more competitive. I like to think sustainability as a Rubik's Cube, right? So for sure you have seen one of this, and the goal here is to have all the sizes aligned. Resiliency, efficiency, cost, compliance, all the same. So if you do, let's say, a decision or in your process that consumes more energy, or if you outsource something to a supplier which is not so reliable, you mess it up. It doesn't work. You have to come back and rethink your processes, redesign your ideas, and reinvent the way we do business together. That's what we're all looking for, is a game in which we all win.
Thank you, Denise. Before we talk about supplier requirements, I'd like to share with you a summary of our recent accomplishment at Marelli, as we also expect strong contribution from your side in all these areas. Marelli continuously focuses on efficiency and simplification. The great example is the way we standardize our specification, our components, raw material and electronics. This is a key driver of efficiency across all operations. We see design and technology as leading differentiator. From new patents, and you see here important patents that we have got recently, product development and also cybersecurity, of course. Quality is another must of our industry. In the last years, we have received 28 customer awards, had 0 regulation non-compliance, sourced 100% of new business to IATF, certified suppliers. And year over year, we reduced supplier claims by 22%. Next, for sustainability, as you understood, it's a very important area for us, and we aim to lead by example. We progressed from a silver rating to a gold rating, EcoVadis gold rating, which is representing 5% of the companies in 2024. Our plants in China are certified, and our plants are almost all 100% certified ISO 14001 and ISO 45001. To recap, those are just a few examples. where Marelli is innovating with customers and suppliers for mutual and beneficial growth. Now I'd like to share with you our Marelli purchasing strategy. Of course, our goal is to ensure profitable and sustainable growth. And we need to do that together by providing all together with our supply chain best-in-class performance. So our purchasing strategy focuses on 4 pillars: competitiveness, quality, co-innovation with our suppliers and partners, sustainability, and resiliency. Setting the foundation for efficiency, we continuously improve our governance, processes, tools, and policies. We will achieve our goals with you, and strong collaboration is absolutely key in all these areas. This leads us to 2025 supplier requirements and target. So you can see here the pillars that are very interconnected with all the dimensions and our focus area for supply chain success. These dimensions are important requirements and serve as basis for our 2025 common goals. The letter that was sent in December is going into all the details of such requirements. Now, if you want to focus more on and more precisely on 2025 focus area, quality, best cost, sustainability, and resiliency. To start with quality. First, quality remains a must. 0 defect is a universal goal. Digitalization of our process and information exchanges enable us all to move faster. IMDS and Tier-N data are becoming more and more important for quality, but not also for quality, for the resiliency of our supply chain, for CO2 emission and calculation, and so on. Best cost is another long time must in our industry. We need to have a globally competitive total landed cost. And this will enable us to have a business growth. More than ever, we need to be collectively competitive. Beyond the RFQs, we expect our suppliers to engage with us proactively on the parts, serial life, but also when we talk about new projects. And you can contribute by driving also innovation and efficiency for the new models and for the current production. I have been in the industry for more than 20 years, and there never cease opportunities to be more competitive and to reduce cost through technology, through manufacturing, innovation, and so on. Sustainability, again, an important point. On the topic of sustainability, environment, social accountability, and commitment to our roadmap and code of conduct are absolutely mandatory. As you all know, regulations evolve a lot and will still evolve, of course. We do not expect that to stop. It is absolutely necessary to be collectively compliant and engaged for our industry. As Denise mentioned, CO2 is a key item. It's a lot about CO2, of course. So CO2 reduction through your action plan, sharing the roadmap, is absolutely key for us. Lastly, cost-effective solution with recycled content, recycled material, to avoid to destroy our natural resources. And lastly, resiliency. High expectation related to resiliency. You all know that we are navigating in a very uncertain and very fast evolving environment. So I expect a lot that together we can have a resilient and agile supply chain, especially with all those geopolitics and new tariffs that might be coming. For the area of resiliency, our expectation of our suppliers are the same than we do. And just to give some examples and what we learned those previous 5 or 10 years, multi-sourcing is absolutely key of raw material and electronic components. It is absolutely key to ensure continuity, business continuity of supply. Localization, to have shorter supply chain, is also an important driver of resiliency for our supply chain. We collectively need to control our supply chain, to know that better and to make it more resilient. Finally, robust cybersecurity measures are also necessary to protect all our highly connected operations. Altogether, these are the main focuses necessary for our success in 2025. Now, a few words about co-innovation and the calendar for the coming months. First, thanks to all of our suppliers who participated in one of our 2024 co-innovation events. We held more than 40 last year, and we will do the same thing in the coming months. So you can see here the calendar. This will start in Q2 and Q3. We will be mainly focusing primarily on electronic components, on raw material commodities, but of course we can tackle different topics. Bring your ideas, your technical expert, your sustainability expert too. This approach needs to be very collaborative and transparent, as it is a win-win approach for us and an opportunity for us and for you to improve and to grow together. So, as conclusion, our requirements are not changing. It's all about best-in-class performance in terms of quality, cost, delivery, with a stronger focus on resiliency, sustainability, and innovation. So, I will not go through all the slides, but of course we expect you to reach the targets by commodity, economic targets, to embrace new technology, zero default, with safe launches, of course. Sustainability, Denise mentioned all our requirements. This is absolutely key, and this is very important for the growth of the business. Again, resiliency, we need to have a resilient and agile supply chain, and this we can build together. And all this is going through close collaboration between Marelli and our partners. This is what we call co-innovation. It's about innovation, technology, but all the drivers of growth. I hope this event was appreciated by you, and thank you for your attention. And I hope that we will have the opportunity to meet in person in the coming months. Thank you.